Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live today. I'm going to teach very simply today how to leverage your experience as a coach, a consultant, a course creator, an author, or a speaker. Now, I am super excited about this. If you've been trying to figure out how to take your knowledge and how to put it in a structure that would that you can monetize, you are in the right place. You are on the right live. I promise you, I will never waste your time. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant. I got started in my company over 20 years ago, and I simply made a decision. I wanted to figure out just what we're talking about tonight, how to leverage all of my experience as a corporate trainer and how to put it in a structure that would allow me to work from the comfort of my home and not have a cap on my income. I wanted to figure out how to take my expertise, my education and my background and monetize what I knew how to do, what I was already doing so very well in corporate America. And maybe you are just like me and you're just trying to figure out, what could this look like? Is this real? It could even look like maybe today you've watched so many people who have pop-up shops as coaches or consultants, and you're like, is this real? Are these people really making money? Is this something I can do? Well, I want to break this down for you tonight. I will promise you, I'm going to pull back the layers for those of you who've ever asked that question, how to take your professional skills, your life skills, your hard skills, your soft skills, and put it in a structure that you can monetize. And I can tell you also that what I'm going to teach you tonight is not anything related to anything get rich quick. My background was a corporate trainer. I came out of a Fortune 100 company. I wanted to figure out how to do that very thing, take my knowledge and also my soft skills as a mom. I had these really great self-care systems for myself that women would inquire about all the time. And I felt like if I packaged those properly, that perhaps, just perhaps, I could create a movement among moms, that maybe I could become an author or maybe a coach. I wasn't exactly sure what it could look like, but I will share with you step by step what I've been able to do over the last 20 years in my business to coach thousands of women who've had the exact same question. And I can tell you that for me, the journey was pretty interesting. When I got started, didn't have a product. I didn't even know the audience that I was going to work with. And maybe you can relate to that. And I was trying to figure out how to get started. I went to a small business resource center in my town. And I was told, Rhonda, by the director of the small business resource center, that my idea, mom coaching, that no one would ever pay me to do what I did. And I'm so grateful I didn't listen. I ended up looking around to try to find someone else that could help me. And I went to a live event, and that event changed my life. And it was the first time I saw someone working in coaching, doing modeling exactly what I wanted to do. And I signed up to work with that coach, and she's been my coach for the last 20 years. So I want you to know that if you don't already have an example of individuals who are doing it that you know personally, you're in the right place, because I'm going to pull back the layers for you today. If you're trying to figure out how to take your professional skills and how to monetize those as a coach, consultant, a trainer, an online educator, speaker, and author, you are in the right place. If you don't already have a product, you are so in the right place. And if you already have a product and you're trying to figure out, what am I doing wrong? Like, you've got a product or service, and likely you are like, I can't do more of this because the model that you have is broken, and it limits your income and it limits your ability to have time for yourself. I've had the fortune to work with Fortune 100 companies as the mom strategist, as a number one bestseller with my books, in my consulting to sell opportunities, consulting opportunities with Panera Bread, Great Harvest Bread Company, Corner Bakery Cafe, Marriott Corporation, the Hyatt Regency, just to name a few. I've had the opportunity equally to coach thousands of women and help them understand that what you know is exceptionally valuable, properly packaged. And when I come here for these lives, I hope that if you've been following me, you know how good they are. And I always pull back the layers because I work with incredibly sharp, smart women who already have the ability to create amazing results for others. They just know one model, like you know your salary model, right? Your work model currently, and so you don't necessarily know how your skills can translate in this marketplace of entrepreneurship, and how might you be able to leverage all that you bring to the table. And I've supported some incredibly giants who stepped outside of the box of what they even knew was possible for themselves, and what they thought was an amazing income, they've been able to double, triple, quadruple that, leave their jobs because just they've built a business that they no longer needed the income from their work. They replaced their income. And that one of the things that they desired more than anything was freedom. And if you're interested in that, you're going to love this live tonight. As always, if you watch my lives, you know how important it is to be ready. And if you are ready, I want you to write, I'm ready right here. So if you're ready, I want you to write, I am ready right here. And I will go live as always and share with you how to leverage your education, your background, your experience as a coach, a consultant, a trainer, an online educator, a author or speaker. And my only goal is to support you 100%. Okay. Linda is ready. Okay. 100%. Anyone else ready? If you're ready, write it here. Linda is ready. 1 second. Kimberly is ready. Okay. 100%. Okay. And you have to be ready to receive a powerful message. So it's super important. You have to be in a place of receiving 100%. So Cass, I know that you are ready. Get yourself ready. Okay. Because this message is for those of you who are wanting to take what you know, your background, your gifts, your talents, your skills, and your ability, and package it into some systematic structure that's available to you now that maybe you just don't even realize. Okay. Anyone else ready? And if you're watching the replay, you also can write, I'm ready, because you need to be ready to receive. I think a lot of times we aren't ready to receive, and that's why we don't receive anything. Think about if somebody just gives you advice that you didn't ask for, okay, then you know what? You don't receive it, okay? That's really important. Marie says, I am ready. You always deliver amazing tips. That is my goal. Thank you, Marie, for that. I appreciate you for that. Cass, I know you're ready. Okay, 100%. All right, so let's just jump in, all right? And I wanted to do this live specifically right now because this is a week where we talk a great deal about gratitude. Hopefully, you talk about gratitude every single day. You have to think about something that you're grateful for. But I thought this week is so important to think about how one decision can change the entire trajectory of your life. One decision can change an entire trajectory of your life, and it can create for you more freedom. It can create for you a not a cap on your income. It can create for you more time, the lifestyle that you desire, meaning maybe you're that mom and you just want to be available to show up at your kids' games at will and not have to ask permission to do what you want to do. If that's you, okay, then you are totally in the right place. So I want you to think right now of something that you would like to leverage or package, right? And how it might change your life. I want you to imagine 1 second, like if you were able to package this thing, this knowledge that you have, the skill that you have, how would your life change? Imagine it for a second. Just really think about it. Step inside of the dream. For me, when I stepped inside of that dream 20 years ago, and Cass is ready. Awesome. I'm so excited. And Judy is ready. Awesome. When I did this exact exercise for myself 20 years ago, I just said to myself, I want to be that mom that I don't have to ask permission to pick my kids up from school. That was one thing that I wanted. And I also wanted to get myself free. See, I knew whether or not I built a business or not, my kids were going to get an amazing education and that, their basic needs would be covered. But what I didn't know was how was I going to get myself free? And I set an intention around that goal. And I'm so grateful that I did. And my goal and commitment today is to support more people. What I want is I want you to have what I have. And I want you to have that freedom to choose and do what you want to do when you want to do it. And I know how it will be transformational in your life, for your family, how you'll be able to show up for your family in ways that you desire in a tremendous way. I know for a fact that you being able to not have a cap on your income will remove all kinds of fears and doubts that exist currently, because maybe sometimes you make choices based really on money, not based on what you want, but based on what you don't have, right? Like, I know that sometimes that you are making decisions not based on what your heart says you want to do, but because of your commitment at work. You have to make a commitment sometimes that's incongruent with your heart. You want to be there for your kids, and you can't be because of your work commitment. And I just want you to have what I have in that way. And as many women that will listen and that are willing to do the work, because it does take work to change your life, I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to pull it back. And, it just gets me so excited to pass it forward. All right. Number one. Okay. The first thing I want you to do, if you want to leverage your background as a coach, a consultant, a trainer, a course creator, an author, or speaker, is number one. The first thing is really important is to stop taking what you know for granted. Yes. The first thing you have to do when you make that decision that you really want to be a coach, a consultant that's highly paid, okay, and that you have no cap on your income, and that you have to stop taking for granted what you know. And what I see, having coached thousands of women, is that a lot of times when people come to me, that they already have the ability to create tremendous results for others, but they take it for granted. They don't even really know what the gift is or the impact that their gift has made. And even though they're using it professionally at work, and they know that they're in demand on projects, and they know that, they get a lot of great reviews and all of that, most often they have undervalued what they're bringing to the table. I see women who are in the C-suite, who are doing exceptionally well in their professions, highly paid as it relates to consultants from work, through a work lens. And when they start their businesses, they start with such low fees or no fees. They're doing like beta groups, testing what they know, when they really do have the ability right now to create an impact for others. And I want to say this to you because one of the things that's in the way of you coaching the way you want to, if you've already started your practice and you're not as profitable as you want to be, or your consulting practice, is because you are not really honoring what the gift is. So because you're not honoring the gift, you're not able to see the fullest, the value of what that gift can really do. One of the first things that I did when I started my business is that I never built my business on a discount. I didn't on a sale with a coupon. I've never done that. I've always understood the value of what I was doing. And I will tell you that if this is something that you have struggled with, has been complicated for you, because maybe you're thinking this is a new business, even though you've got 20 or 30 years of experience doing what you know how to do. When you started this business, you thought you needed to start with new fees. It is one of the reasons why that business isn't where you want it to be. It is really one of the reasons why launching has been really difficult for you. And one of the things that I do amazingly well with my clients is I'm able to support them in shifting their understanding around their value. And I show them how to stand in their value. One of the things that gets in the way of you building an amazing consulting, coaching, speaking business, okay, is not knowing how to monetize and fully honor what the gift is. Because a lot of times, if it's a giftedness, it's something that you naturally know how to do. And when it's something that comes easy to you, it's very easy to discount it or act like, not even know that what you're doing is providing tremendous value and that people will pay you for this. There's no one that you need to test your brilliance on. Are we clear? Okay. You don't need to test your brilliance. You need to understand how to value what your brilliance is worth so that you can stand in your value. As an exercise, I get my clients to go through so that they can understand how to properly charge based on their worth and their value. Is that clear? Does that support you? If it supports you, then all right, that supports me. Number two, okay, you need to build a system with your knowledge. So you know what you know, I know, okay? And often when we know how to create results, it's right here. But the thing is, it being right here doesn't mean that I can have access to it. And part of the reason that it's on discount, part of the reason that it's not properly valued is that you don't have it in any kind of systematized way. And the very first thing that I get my clients to do is to understand the structures that they can put their business, their ideas in to, so that they have more value. Part of what is in the way of low coaching fees, no coaching fees, low fees as a consultant, selling time, is because you actually don't have a system for your knowledge. Maybe you don't even realize that what you're doing, hey Linda, that what you're doing is a system. This is one of the things that I see over and over again. It is my superpower for sure, of showing women how to put together simple structures to fully value what they do, that will have their ideal client really understand and want to pay you for high ticket for what it is that you know how to do. See, if you put something brilliant in a structure, people will recognize it as such. And if you have something that's brilliant that I can't understand how what it is that you completely do, then I'll pay you based on what my understanding is. The challenge is that most of us who are brilliant and amazing, create results every day, don't actually know how to take what we do and put it in a system and package it properly to communicate what that value is to the audience. And that's why so many people are working crazy hard when they don't have to. And that's why so many entrepreneurs are building their business on hustle and grind, because they think that that's what it looks like. Imagine that you've probably seen examples like this, and I'm going to call a couple out. If you've done this, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I want to illustrate to you some of the course corrections that you need to make. You've probably seen things like this: events where there's music, there's fanfare, everybody dresses the same, right? Lots of awards are given out, all of these things. And you felt like that, or maybe you've done this and you felt like, man, that's what I want to do. I want to host an event where it's a dance party break, or, there's a lot of music, or everybody wears the same colors and all of these things. And maybe you're one of those people that have hosted the event or watched the event, but you never asked yourself, how will I monetize as a result of having this experience? So most often what people focus on is what things look like, not what they really are. I teach this a lot to my clients, because my clients come to my events, my live events, not for music. They don't come to dress in a certain way. They come for the knowledge. They come for what they're going to learn. And they pay me high ticket for the tickets, because the experiences are transformational. They leave different. See, they're not hiring me to entertain them. And maybe you've seen some models out there where you thought that you should model what you're doing after entertaining your clients. And you realize after doing that, all that happened was you had a lot of expenses and you didn't have a lot of conversions because you had the wrong focus. Now it's time to figure out, if you want to build a business as a coach, as a top speaker, or an author, it's time to shift the model and abandon models that don't work. Like a lot of these models out here, they look beautiful on Facebook or Instagram, but they're not profitable models. And I can tell you for sure, if you don't know how to build an event to attract the right audience of buyers, if you aren't clear about the value that you deliver, and there's no system behind what you're bringing to the table, then when you are hosting your events, when you're doing a live, when you're doing a webinar, you're not getting the conversions that you desire, not because you're not amazing, it's because you got the wrong focus. And likely you've been taught the wrong model, a model that's broken and doesn't work. Is this making sense? Are you getting this? Are we clear? If we're clear, I want you to write, we're clear. And I always like to dismantle some of the things that maybe you've been doing over the years because that's all you've known. Or maybe if you're a consultant, you thought the way to go was $100 an hour, $200 an hour, because you thought that, man, $300 an hour, $400 an hour. And you thought, man, I'm really doing this. But I will tell you, there's a different way to sell what you're doing than selling time. Okay, because when you're selling time, it's absolutely going to put a cap on your income. And I teach my clients not to sell time, but to understand the value of what it is that they bring to the table. Thank you so much. Adrian says, I'm clear. And Marie says, yes, clear. And Kimberly says she's clear. And Linda says, this is so making sense, clear. And Time Man says, clear, right? And Linda says, this supports me. Thank you so much. And Kimberly says that supports me. I appreciate that. And Rhonda says, mercy. I think that's how you said that. Okay. And I want to break this down. Today I'm teaching on very simply how to leverage your experience as a coach, a consultant, a trainer, an online educator, a speaker, right, or a consultant. And the fourth thing, or the third thing that I want you to think about is you need to consider the problems that you know how to solve. This is really important. And this is something that so many people don't think about when they're packaging what they do. I'll tell you, most people look at what other people are doing and think, man, I'm going to do something like that. Okay. And the problem with copying other people or being Googleicious is that you don't know if what you're copying is profitable or not. I can tell you this because I've had the opportunity to look inside of thousands of businesses. And what I can tell you for sure is that a lot of times the glossy, the fancy, branded websites, people in front of planes and beaches and all of this craziness, that these folks are not behind that is not anything that's real. Okay. I have the opportunity to look inside these businesses. And my recommendation to you is never copy what someone else is doing. Because if they don't know their value, you get their value by duplicating them. Okay. The most important thing is for you to understand how to stand in your own value. See, when they zig you zag, I'm telling you 100%. I observe the masses and I do the opposite, 100%, because I recognize that 1%, that's my only goal, is to be with the 1%, is not to be with the 99% who are too insecure and too lazy to do the work or to employ what I call self-trust. Self-trust means that you understand that you've been given a set of gifts. They're God-given, okay? God-inspired. Why in the world would you copy what somebody else is doing when you have a unique ability and skill set that is meant just for you? My goal is to go deeper with what I know. You need to ask yourself, which is number 3, consider the problems that you know how to solve, not what someone else knows how to solve. You're not here for their dream. You're here for yours. I'm breaking this all the way down. And I wanted to talk about this because in order for you to sell what you're doing at the highest level, you have to first consider the problems that you know how to solve. The reason that someone's going to pay you high ticket is because you have an ability to create solutions for them, right? And over the years, I recognized that my goal was not to be at every event. My goal was not to be on every platform, everybody's stage, because I didn't fit there. I have a unique ability to create amazing results for people, and I can back it up with proof. And the reality is that my gifts made room for me because I have an ability to create results. And I teach my clients step by step how to understand what results they create and how to put them into a system and a structure for them to understand step by step the problems that they solve and how to market from that unique perspective, because their ideal audience only wants to work with them because they solve problems. Now that's a boom moment. And I hope that it was a whole number 3, right? Like number 3 was a little hardcore. Okay. But I wanted to speak from my heart because I think so often we've been told things that don't work and you don't know who to believe. Everybody's saying they do all of these things, but the easiest way to figure out if someone does what they say is evidence. Is there evidence? Is there old evidence indicating they have a history of results? And is there current evidence? If someone creates amazing results, they're going to have ongoing evidence, proof that they have the ability to create results for others. Okay. And if you don't see that, then those are called just words. It's called just hype. All right. And I'm just hoping that this helps somebody really make some discerning choices for themselves for this upcoming year, because you can change your life. And it doesn't take all year to change your life. It takes you believing in yourself enough to invest in yourself with the right teacher, coach, mentor. Number 4, you need to consider what your audience needs as a high value solution. So when you are looking to leverage what you do as a coach or consultant or course creator, trainer, author, speaker, you need to really think about, what does the audience need from you that's a high valued solution, not some low level thing that they can do. And this is what a lot of people do. It's like, I can help, um um I can help empower women. If I hear another person say empower women, I'm gonna like say, oh my goodness, are we serious? Okay, everybody empowers women. Tell me how you do it differently. And you should be able to answer that question. If you can't think about what are the unique things that you can do with your gifts, that how do you create a high value solution if you don't have the ability to communicate the results that you bring to the table? I'm breaking this all the way down. I told you today I was going to pull back the layers. I am. Okay, I help my clients step by step understand what their high valued solutions are, because at the end of the day, the reason that someone wants to work with you and pay you high ticket is because you have an ability to create results for them. And the more you have an understanding around what that is, and how to tie those things together, the more that ideal client says, you are for me. And this idea of you having to blog, podcast, go live every day, and do all of these crazy things that I know that you've done, and you're like, man, I've been giving out flyers, I've been giving out cards, I've been calling a million people, I've been in inboxes messaging people, doing all of this craziness, right? Because that's what we do when we don't have the ability to attract our audience, because we don't know what our audience needs and we don't have a high value solution for them because of it. I just broke that down. That was a mic drop. And I want you to understand this. When you do understand your audience and you can create a high value solution, you position yourself as the obvious choice. Your ideal clients raise their hand to work with you. This happens to me all the time. I'm not being braggadocious. I'm telling the truth. The reality is, in my last Giant Experience class, which was 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and all of those women had heard something that made them say, you know what? I choose you. All right. I didn't know them. I had never met any of them before. One person I knew before through coaching. I didn't know her before she saw content that was of value for her. You've got to understand the audience, and you've got to have a high value solution that they desire. And if you don't know how to create that, then you need to come to the Giant Experience so you can learn how to create that over the course of 2 days and 30 days. You get access to my training and content. And I can tell you for sure, it will break down some of the mess of what you have learned and teach you the truth of how to take your knowledge and put it in a structure that creates amazing results for your ideal clients. And it becomes crystal clear why they need to choose you. Number 5. Oh man, you need to create an infrastructure that supports your audience. And I know I'm going a little bit deep here, okay? But I told you I was going to pull back the layers, okay? Today, you need to create an infrastructure to support your audience. What do I mean? I mean, your clients are needing a lot from you. Like they're needing you right now. Okay. So imagine that you've got a problem, right? And I'll use me as an example. You've got a problem, and your problem is that you want to know how to package what you do, and you don't know how to put it in a package. Okay. And then once you do have a package, if you already have one for your product or service, you don't know how to charge for it. You're not sure how to come up with the price, right? And I would say specifically a price over $2,500 to $100,000. Don't know how to do it, even though you've got all this experience. You have no idea how to do it. And then maybe, just maybe, you don't know how to position what you're doing in the marketplace to get your ideal clients to choose you. You don't know how to market. So even if you have the product and you have the package, because you don't know how to market, your ideal clients can't find you. And maybe, just maybe, you don't even know where buyers are or how to have a sales conversation. Those might be some basic problems that you have. All right. That's my infrastructure. Packaging, teaching clients how to package your knowledge into a high ticket structure, how to price to fully value what it is that they know how to do, how to position themselves in the marketplace so that competition becomes irrelevant. Who cares about competition when you're selling what you know how to do? People are choosing you because of what you have a proven market to be able to create. and it's positioned the right way, and you know what to say to clients and how to find the right buyers, so you're not killing yourself in your marketing strategies, right? That's called an infrastructure. And if you don't have an infrastructure currently to get in front of your audience, that's one of the things that's missing. Okay, it is one of the things that's keeping you from being able to be super clear with that ideal client so that they say, this is exactly what I need. Okay, is this making sense? If this is making sense, I want you to write, Mia, this is making sense. I wanted to break this down today from my heart because it breaks my heart when I see so many of you online and you're brilliant and you're amazing, you're working so hard, and it's not happening. Okay, or you're not launching as big as you could because somebody told you, start with some beta test, or start with some low ticket course, or start with $97 offer, or something like that. And you are so much more than that. Okay, if this is making sense, thank you, Kimberly. I want you to write, this is making sense. And I wanted to pull back the layers today because it's not something that we talk about. And it's something we should talk about, right? Because there's so many people telling you can do this, you can do that, but it's not real. Okay, Mia, this is making sense. Thank you. And the ultimate says, Mia, this is making sense. Okay, awesome. And I just wanted to break that down. Number 6. Okay, the 6th thing is that this is something that I'm a big advocate in. 20 years ago, when I decided to start my business, this is what I knew. I had a background working with a Fortune 100 company. I'm an amazing trainer. That was fact. Okay. I knew that. I had these great mom systems. Okay. And I knew that because of how moms were coming to me. But what I didn't know is how these things could be products. I didn't understand how those things could be coaching. I didn't understand how those things could be consulting. Okay. I didn't understand how to take those things and do Emmy nominated television. I didn't know how to take those things, right, and build a movement with moms. I didn't know how to do that. So in order for me to know how to do that, I had to, number 6, invest to learn how to 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 market what I knew how to do. I didn't know how to do it. And I'm going to tell you, if this turns you off right now, that's fine. Okay. But I'm going to break this down for you. Part of what's in the way, okay, of you having the consulting and the coaching business that you desire is your desire to teach yourself. And I see this a lot with really, really smart women, because you're smart, you can figure things out. You're like, I'm going to figure this out. But what's happening is you're wasting your time. When you don't know the model, when you don't know how to build the business that you're in, that you want to grow, then you waste time figuring it out, and you waste money. I think about, I'll just reflect on one of my clients who I just have just such great respect for. Chess coach. I use her all the time because she's so awesome. Chess coach, came to work with me, was charging per student for a chess program, 40, $60 per student, I think for 6 weeks or something like that. And as a result of working with me, within 9 months, closed $287,000 in business. Now sells a $14,000, $25,000, and a $40,000 product. It didn't exist before, folks. She was doing the work, but she didn't have the pack. She didn't have the knowledge of how to take what she was doing and to put it in a structure that was highly valued. She had the skill and the ability to create results for her audience, but it was what she did not know how to do that kept her from the profitable business that she was already available to her. All right. And you got to ask yourself, like, what is it costing you teaching yourself? I come here once a week, every Monday, 8 o'clock. Okay. My gift, right? To find the next diamond in the rough. Okay. Because I know for a fact that if you are teachable and you're coachable and you're ready to change your life with a step-by-step process, that I can support you. And one of the things I think is so important is understanding the investment of that you're worth it. Like the idea of not making an investment in yourself, right? Like, you're your number one asset. Why would you not give yourself the everything that you need? Like literally to change your life. I watch it happen. I had a client that came to the Giant Experience Master Training. when did she come? I want to say she came in January of last year, this year. January of this year. Came in January of this year because I didn't even offer it last year in January and closed a $144,000 contract like 6 to 9 weeks after working with me. Come on. She made an investment to change her life. She didn't say, I'm coming in January, I'm coming in February. It's like me saying to you, I'm going to go get on my elliptical, my tonal, my rowing machine, my Peloton in 3 months. You already know if I'm telling you I'm going to do it in 3 months, I'm not getting on it, right? You know I'm not getting on it today or tomorrow, right? Because people don't make goals that way. And if you've been watching me and you're ready to change your new year, okay, the best investment that you can make for in yourself, the best gift you could ever ask for yourself or give yourself, because I don't believe that any great gift that I want that I should ask for outside of me giving it to myself is investing in yourself to learn how to change your life. So your families are a benefactor of your investments. I've learned this personally. My husband's retired. He retired. When he retired? He retired this year. Like literally, it's so brand new. Like I'm just trying to figure this out. And it's a beautiful thing, right? Watching the people that you love live their life, right? Like live their life. I think that when I started this business 20 years ago, I remember saying to Pat, I want to go to work as myself. And he said, I hope somebody pays you to be you. And the way I've been able to build this business, right? That a business where I can work from the comfort of my home and there's no cap on my income. It's been incredible. It's been incredible for him to watch. And it's been incredible for my entire family. You can be a blessing to your family as you create financial security for yourself. Get yourself free and get yourself free. You get to change your dynamics. You get to date your husband during the day if you're married. You get to show up for your family, your kids, if you have kids, right, in ways unimaginable. You get to be there for yourself, connect to yourself. I love it. You get to reduce all of that unnecessary stress that's in your life. It doesn't have to be there. You've chosen that's your only avenue to generate income is that work path. I don't have that kind of stress, okay, in my business, right? Because I do what I love to do. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I would love to hear your ahas and your takeaways as a result of being here today. As always, I'd love the opportunity to support you. If you don't know about the Giant Experience Master Training, where you been, okay? But it is literally my step-by-step process to help you learn how to take your knowledge and package it in a framework that's highly valued and super profitable, leveraging and packaging what you know. And my attendees who attended have said that they would pay up to $5,000 to attend, and it doesn't cost anywhere near that. $1,697 is the best deal ever. And I don't know that it'll stay there. I promise in the new year that it'll go over $2,000. Now it's your best opportunity to train with me. And I always keep my promises. I'm not just telling you that. I always keep my promises. It started at $697. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, are there any questions that you have for me? I would love to hear an aha, a takeaway that you guys, as a result of being here today. As always, my only goal is to support you 100% with the truth. All right, that's what I'm here to do, and help you understand that what you know is very, very valuable, properly packaged. You can literally change your life. And this idea that we let a small amount of money get in the way of the life that we want to live is like ridiculous. Actually, it's ridiculous. So I always like to call out that way because I remember when I got started my business years ago, I did not have the money. My coach was charging $1,000 an hour. I had to sign a year-long contract, and I didn't even know what question I was going to ask her. But I knew for a fact that I couldn't allow $1,000 to get in the way of me changing my life. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to invest in myself and change my life. And today I live a life that's unrecognizable, like really. Okay, I don't know anyone else, no one else in my neighborhood. I don't know anyone else in my family. I don't even know anyone among my friends, not counting coaching people that I've met over the years that work the way that I do, that earn what I earn because given and that I don't have a cap on my income, the freedom I have. I don't know it, but I know that I have a responsibility to pay it forward because so many of us have been taught that you have to be twice as good. You got to work twice as hard. And you have burnt out and tired from that model, and it's just not real and it's not sustainable. There is a better way, and it's building a business based on leverage. Okay. Any questions for me, ahas, takeaways? Post them here. I'm going to run through a couple of comments. So Paula says making sense. And thank you, Paula. And Linda, hello, how are you? And Ultimate says, Mia, this is making sense. And Kimberly says, this is making sense. Okay. And then Kimberly writes, it aligns with what I'm doing now. I was leaning toward a non-profit, considering a for-profit now. Awesome, Kimberly. Awesome. And do you have any questions? Are there any questions that I can answer for you? I'm so excited that you will join me tonight. You could have been anywhere and you decided to be here 100%. Um, and just know that you're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. And Judah says, sense is always amazing. Thank you. I appreciate you. It's getting late over there, right? What time is it over there in the UK? It's late, right? So maybe it would 10, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It's like 2 in the morning, maybe. Okay, I think I'm right. Okay, awesome. Are there any other questions, comments, or what were your ahas? What were your takeaways as a result of being here? And if you're watching the replay, I want to know your ahas and your takeaways as well. If you're new here, hit the notification button so that you get notified when I come on Mondays. I come on every single Monday. Is my opportunity to pay it forward. Hopefully you're also getting my emails at miaredrick.com. If not, make sure you sign up. We've got something really exciting happening on Friday, a super amazing announcement. I'm sure you'll see it here, so make sure I don't want to get into it, but make sure you come back here on Friday. You'll see, if you get a notification, you'll get a notification of what's happening on Friday. So last call, ahas, takeaways that you got as a result of being here. I'll just recap quickly. I talked today about how to leverage your expertise, your education, and your experience as a coach, consultant, a trainer, online educator. And if you are looking to package in any way, what you need to do first is stop taking your gifts for granted. I mean, please stop it. Okay. Number 2 is build a system for your knowledge. You are a system. You are the product. 3, consider the problems that you know how to solve. Okay. That's why people want to work with you. Okay. Number 4, consider what audience needs your high valued solution. Number 5, create an infrastructure that will support your audience. They need it. Okay. Number 6, and invest to learn how to monetize and market. If you don't know how to monetize what you're doing and you don't know how to market what you're doing, then you don't get to do what you want to do. Okay. It's not sustainable. So I see so many people who are so talented and amazing. And they're like, I can do this for this person. I can do this. And they don't make any money. So it's not sustainable long term, right? Or they're capped on the people they can work with because they're not profitable, or they don't know how to market to get in front of the people they want to work with. So it's super, super important. Okay. The ultimate rights. And after did I miss something? Let's see. Okay, let me get this first part. My takeaway from this is I've been an independent contractor for years, offering customer service and sales support. Found myself frustrated with a few clients who were very demanding. And after my last contract, I'm clear that I'm branching out and expanding my business into client acquisition consultant. And I have had the pleasure of meeting some really good prospects. Awesome. Go for it. Okay, Rhonda. This training was an awakening. I have always wanted to know how to leverage my knowledge, skills, and ability. Wow. I love it. I'm glad it had value too. I have so many ideas and don't know how I can support you in putting it in a structure. December 11th and 12th is the next Giant Experience. And I promise you, it's absolutely transformational, more than you could ever imagine. And then the ultimate says, but after tonight, the aha moment was knowing I need to work on my infrastructure and to value the value I add to my clients. Absolutely. Kimberly says, I have the education and experience, but new to a business, and I'm nervous to launch out for a profit. My aha is I have marketable knowledge. Yes, Kim, come on inside the Giant Experience. I can help you. Aha, the work twice as hard model does not work. It doesn't work, Erica. It's broken. It's actually a lie. Okay, it's the zigzag, right? Like you just gotta go in the opposite direction of that. I built my business based on ease and grace. That's what I teach my clients how to do. Marie, Thanks for reminding me again that I am the obvious choice when my expertise in high value solution meets the client's needs. Always, right? So important to understand that. And so many of us don't get it. Rhonda says, yes, it is, right? Super important. I am so excited about your ahas and your takeaways today. And as always, if you want to stay connected with me, which you do, okay, then hit that notification button here on Facebook, miaredrick.com, or sign up for the Giant Experience. Okay. And I'm so excited. Rhonda writes, I want to build my dream, not someone else's. Super important. And you can. And, I think about it, Rhonda. When I look back on my life, I think, man, what would I be doing if I didn't build this business 20 years ago? What would I be doing? I mean, I still would be very talented, but I would be living under what my level would be, right? Because I feel like today I get to work in a way that I'm fully expressed. I get to use my highest and tallest skills. And I think that in my work life, I only got to use a part of who I really am. And I find that to be true with so many talented and brilliant women. And I think the other thing that is interesting is that so many people are you're just sold a bill of goods that incites fear. And to build a business requires us to have self-trust. And that's really, really important, is understanding that you have the ability inside of you to create amazing, amazing results for yourself. And not just for the people that you've worked with, the employers that you've served, right? You can do that for you. And knowing how to do that is super important. Kimberly writes, how do I sign up for the Giant Experience? I'm going to post the link here. Chrissy has also posted the link here. I'm going to post the link here so everybody can see it. But this is the link, but it's also in the thread. It's so important. You have the ability to do that. And a lot of us we believed a bill of goods that have said, if you're not, take a picture of it if you guys need to, or just click on the link in the thread. A lot of us have been sold a bill of goods, and we are afraid, right, to be all of who we are. I mean, one of the best things that I did was decide to trust myself. And whatever you need to do to invest in, whatever you need to do up here to trust yourself more, super important. Okay, Chris, you just posted this too for you guys. All right, this is the link for the Giant Experience. Okay. All right, you can take a picture of it or check the thread. All right. Any other ahas or takeaways before we sign off? You are amazing. And know that for those of you who do decide to step into the Giant Experience, I'll take amazing care of you, literally. And the challenge I have for those of you who are watching now or who are watching the replay, go to the link on the Giant Experience Master Training page. Look at 5, not 2, 5 testimonials, random ones. Just choose them, okay? And then ask yourself, can you imagine for yourself if the kind of results that these women have been able to create for themselves attending one of my trainings, the first tier, okay, is that something you can relate to for yourself? And if the answer is yes, then take that next step and sign up, okay? No pressure. If the answer is no, then that's your answer too, okay? I'm so excited to have the opportunity to support you. I'll be here next week on Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have an amazing holiday, as always. Enjoy your family, okay? Get some rest. I love you. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.